Token D Rock here with another stream. It is Tuesday, on November 1st. I hope you guys had a happy Halloween. If you celebrate that, 9:47 a.m. Central Standard Time for watching us live. I did try and stream yesterday on two occasions, and my internet had issues on both occasions, so that's why I did not stream yesterday. Anyways, crypto market cap sitting at $1.015 trillion. Bitcoin dominance 38.7%. ETH dominance at 19.0%. Bitcoin struggling right now to break this previous resistance band that we're gonna go over. Bitcoin sitting at 20,400. ETH at 1572. BNB at 318.57. Dogecoin at 14 cents almost. Cardano at 40 cents. Solana at $32. Matic at 88 cents. Polkadot at 651. Taking a look at the stock market, we are down roughly 0.5%, down roughly 165.42 points. Taking a look at Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart yesterday, we actually kind of nailed this ascending triangle. Ascending triangles have a habit to more likely than not break to the upside, which it did, but Bitcoin did get rejected. We did put in another lower high from here down to here. Taking a look at the 1 minute chart, past few hours, Bitcoin has tested 20,630, 625, 650, but ultimately it got rejected, trying to go up to 20,700. And now the bulls are fighting to hold support right around 20,350 or roughly 20,325. It does look like we may be seeing another triangle of sorts, or this might just be a wedge being formed. It's probably, if I'm going to guess, might go like up here. Maybe get rejected right around this line of support, 20,450, 20,500, and then ultimately dump. We do have Federal Reserve coming out with rate hike tomorrow, so that will sway the markets if it doesn't go how the market had anticipated or expected. Bitcoin, this is the resistance that we're facing. This resistance right here, just 2 months ago, was actually support. As you can see, we tested it we tested the support back on Sunday, August 21st this year, up through August 26th, and then we retested that support. It held from Friday, the 9th of September through Monday, September 12th, but ultimately Tuesday, September 13th, we saw a huge drawdown in Bitcoin's price, and what was once support is now becoming resistance. DXY yesterday was actually faced some resistance right around here at 1160, 1170, 1165. Got tumbled down here to about 110.75, and now we're skyrocketing up, which in my opinion is not a good sign, because when this is in an uptrend, stocks, crypto, it all takes a beating. Headed over to crypto Twitter for some crypto news. Pardon me. Just in, Costa Rica lawmakers propose cutting all taxes on Bitcoin and crypto. It's pretty big stuff. Are they one of the next countries positioned to make Bitcoin legal tender? Time will tell. Even if they just do this, huge wins for Costa Rica. Maybe they're following in El Salvador's footsteps. Time will tell. Egyptian pound devalued by 15% overnight to qualify for $3 billion IMF bailout. All roads lead to Bitcoin. This is pretty crazy, you guys. Imagine 15% of your money getting devalued in a single night, all for a bailout of sorts from the IMF. Pretty crazy stuff. You go to bed with $1, you wake up and you got 85 cents or whatever. Not good. Doge couldn't crack $1 during the most insane monetary policy of all time, and you think it's going to crack it now during the depths of the worst bear market in 50 plus years. Happy to be wrong, but maybe taper your expectation, bros. I agree. Too many people were like shouting on Twitter this past weekend because Elon Musk went through with the acquisition of Twitter, bought it. A lot of people are speculating that Dogecoin will be the currency or the cryptocurrency of choice for Twitter's social media app slash platform. While I think that is possible, I think it will be some time before any of these altcoins go on to make new all-time highs. Now there are micro caps where we're talking market caps under 5 million, 10 million. Those, yeah, they might set new all-time highs, but they may be a rug pull. So beware. Gen Z and millennials need 3 million in retirement savings to live comfortably due to inflation, wealth care, financial reports. Just the other day, we were discussing this, and supposedly the figure was 1.5 million. I don't know what age group they were looking at 1.5 million, but 1.5 million to 3 million is quite the change. This inflation, if it continues the way it does, we may need 5 million, we may need 10 million to retire comfortably. The Swiss Central Bank lost $142.6 billion in the first 9 months of 2022. Read that again. This is pretty scary stuff, you guys. The loss, the largest in the S&B's 115-year history, was slightly more than the annual economic output of Morocco. Yikes. Not good. Wow, this is the first time I've noticed a crowdsourced fact check generated within Twitter's app that was critical of this administration's and factual. And historically, these types of disclaimers attached to tweets have been pure government propaganda. This is true. So Biden says the most common price of gas in America is $3.39, down from over $5 when I took office. Average price of gas when Joe Biden took office was actually $2.39. And now readers are adding context to Joe Biden's claims over on Twitter. It's pretty cool. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration weekly report, the average gas price on January 20th, 2021 was $2.37 per gallon. Get wrecked, Sleepy Joe. I love seeing the fact check apply where it's absolutely necessary, like against these tyrants, because they're trying to control the narrative. Elon Musk fact checks Biden on Twitter. It's over for the midterms. Let me give you the facts. Joe Biden claims in 2020, 55 corporations made $40 billion. They paid zero in federal taxes. My Inflation Reduction Act puts an end to this. Readers added context. Inflation Reduction Act imposed a minimum tax on corporations with average pre-tax earnings greater than $1 billion. Out of the 55 corporations that tweet references, only 14 had earnings greater than $1 billion and would be eligible under Biden's tax law. So again, it's political posturing. I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to tax these corporations, but you read the fine print. Only a few of those corporations actually, will be affected by this. So not as many tax dollars you think will be coming in. Joe Biden, I'll take responsibility instead of blaming others. Just the chart showing you the progression. Biden takes office January 20th, 2021. Roughly around May 2021, Jen Psaki, the Speaker of the White House, press secretary, says inflation's temporary, it's transitory. Biden says it'll pop up, then go back down. Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, says it's transitory, referring to inflation. Biden says long-term inflation is highly unlikely. Psaki says it's decelerating. Biden says it's because of big meat. Klain claims just a high-class problem. Psaki says COVID is the root cause of this inflation. Biden says inflation's at its peak. Biden claims it's supply chain's fault. It's all Putin's fault. And then Biden says it's out of date. 0% inflation. I'm bringing it down. It's like, man, when are you going to take responsibility, dude? This guy is going for, I believe, Senate position over in Pennsylvania. This is crazy. Look at this. Dr. Oz running against this guy, John Fetterman.
What qualifies you to be a U.S.
Qualifies
senator?
you to be
You
a
have
U.S.
60
senator.
seconds. Hi. Good night, everybody. What?
Like, what? Good night, everyone. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? Here's your 60 seconds. Good night, everyone. Like, bruh. Central bankers and politicians have bankrupted the world. A lot of distractions you see in the media on the global stage are meant to cover up that reality. Most people just don't know it yet. It's true. Why is Jussie Smollett trending on Twitter? Well, we all know why. The latest distraction is Paul Pelosi getting attacked in his house by a nudist with a hammer. So, a guy in his underwear who was once involved in a nudist wedding broke into Pelosi's house with a hammer. Police arrived after being called on a well-being check at 2 a.m., walked in to find him struggling over the hammer, watched him assault Paul Pelosi, and arrested him. And just a reminder, a guy in his underwear with a hammer managed to break into the home of the person third in line to the presidency, and police happened to arrive right as he assaulted Paul Pelosi after being called on a 2 a.m. wellness check. Definitely not incredibly weird at all. Yeah, the narrative's not adding up, you guys, when it comes to this story. I don't get it. Cops showed up at the Pelosi residence on a wellness check, not about a break-in, and they found Paul in a domestic argument with a grown man in his underwear, and then the hippie grabbed the hammer from Paul and struck him in the presence of the cops. Sounds good. This Pelosi story is getting weird. Paul Pelosi and his attacker were half naked when the police showed up. They were both in their underwear. And how did someone randomly get into the mansion of the third in line of the presidency, the third in line to the presidency? Pardon me. Where was Nancy Pelosi? Make it make sense. It's not making sense, you guys. Can anyone explain how Paul Pelosi was able
3910-2640
to go to the
Broadway,
bathroom during his
Scott,
home
and
invasion, call the police, and tell them that he doesn't know the intruder?
RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend.
What?
RP sounded somewhat confused. Is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused.
I'm a little confused too. If he doesn't know the guy, how could he be a friend? Just to get the media story straight, a nudist hippie that was part of a pro BLM commune walked in only underwear from Berkeley to the ultra-rich neighborhood in San Francisco, entered Paul Pelosi's mansion while predator invisible cloaked to avoid security cameras. Wrestled with Paul Pelosi while a mysterious third man watched. Paul went to the bathroom, called 911, returned and wrestled the hippie nudist, and the unnamed third man let police in, and the hippie hit Paul with a hammer because he saw a Kevin McCarthy news conference a year ago. Again, make it make sense. My goodness. Just a reminder, remember when Pelosi's daughter celebrated Rand Paul getting his ribs broken by his neighbor? Rand Paul's neighbor was right. This is Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi's daughter making fun of a U.S. Senator, Rand Paul, getting attacked by his neighbor and breaking his rib. It's crazy. Just a reminder that last year, a lot of people were screaming, "Get your damn jab. I don't care about your body. I don't care about your choice." And now this year, they're screaming, "My body, my choice." The irony. Italy's new right-wing government will be reinstating all vaccinated healthcare workers. They're also canceling the fines who are imposed on the people aged 50 plus who didn't get vaccinated. Huge win for freedom. Thank goodness. A lot of people are coming to their senses when it comes to these mandates and the pushing the vax. There's no science that really backs up that the vax is safe and effective. If anything, data is pointing to the opposite. extremely disturbing data from VAERS, vaccine adverse advent reaction, something like that. I'm butchering the name, pardon me. Total number of miscarriages and stillbirths per year since 1990 attributed to vaccine reaction. I wonder why this number is through the roof relative to all these other years. Like, let's use our common sense here. WF preparing us for cyber attacks. Frightening scenario will bring a complete halt to power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. COVID-19 will be seen as a small disturbance in comparison. When will the WEF launch the cyber attack?
But still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
So this guy just wrote a book about how there's going to be a sickness, COVID-19, how it's going to wreck the world, and how it poses a great, unique scenario where world governments can come together and basically transform society in the ways in which they choose. Basically, you and I get no saying. This guy is not talking about a cyber attack that's going to bring a complete halt to power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. I mean, what's with the whole, food processing plant blowing up out of thin air? It's a little fishy, but this guy's calling for more destruction, so we need to beware. We need to prepare. Not to scare you guys. I'm just putting this information out there because they literally tell you what's going to happen, what they're going to do. You just got to pay attention. You got to read between the lines too. So we do have the Federal Reserve doing a rate hike tomorrow that will make or break the markets. If they do 75 basis points, like the market's anticipating, maybe we see some downside out of Bitcoin and stocks, but nothing drastic. But if they go a whole 100 basis points, we could see the market bleed considerably. Not to mention, we have unemployment numbers coming out on Friday. The data for that's coming out. So got to pay attention to that. That's on the 4th in 3 days' time. Then next week, we have CPI numbers coming out. And then we also have midterm elections here in the United States. So if the Senate and the House flip, I think we could see the market take a dump quite a bit. A little bit of uncertainty about how the new representatives, whether in the House or in the Senate, will carry forward policy wise. So there's that, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm sorry about yesterday and how I couldn't make that happen, but shit happens. I'm looking to get maybe a new internet provider because the limiting of when I can and can't stream with just the schedule and then including the internet issues, it's kind of quite the pickle I'm in. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. Share the content with your friends and family. Found this video informational, helpful in any way, shape, or form. I will see you guys tomorrow, roughly same time, 9:30, 9:40 a.m. Central Standard Time. But until then, you guys take care and invest wisely.